We are live. This is the NBA Rundown. The channel is nukethehouse.com. That's right. The winning doesn't stop at Nuke the House. And we got an action-packed weekend for you as UFC and NASCAR continue to dominate our spreadsheet and help us continue to find winners. Jamie, how you doing today? What do you think of this series so far, man? I did not think we were going to be in for a good series. And I'll tell you what, as a fan, it's been fantastic. I mean, it's great to see Indiana come in here. It's great to see them be competitive because I didn't think they were going to be able to be competitive. I thought there was going to be a gentleman's sweep. I thought each game was going to be Thunder covering these double-digit spreads. And that's not the case at all, man. And I'm really, when you talk about self-handicapping, am I relying on numbers a little bit too much? Because if I didn't have these spreadsheets in front of me, would I really like Oklahoma City as much as I do watching these first three games? What have been your takeaways from the NBA Finals so far?
Dude, it's been a fun one, man. It's been a fun one. If you're not a fan of the Thunder, you didn't have money on them, you're enjoying the series. Pacers a fun underdog story, man. Halliburton playing well. They're a good team, man. Rick Carlisle, I think we can touch on it a little bit, but if he somehow pulls off this upset, where would you rank him as your, one of the best coaches of all time? Because he's now would be coming off of two, not the bigger upsets, because the Mavericks over the Heat, from like an odd standpoint, it wasn't like anything crazy, nothing like it was here. But still, no one thought they were going to win. You win that, and now you beat Oklahoma City. I think we have some tough conversations about that top 10, maybe top 15 head coach of all time.
It would be tough for me. I don't even think I have a top 10 all time. Like, off the top of your head, do you? I'd be curious to see who you put at number one. Who's your number one coach of all time?
You said what? Sorry, I cut out on my end for a second. What'd you say?
So this one's hard for me to answer because I don't even know if I can think of my top five off the top of my head. Like, do you have a top five coaches right now?
I mean, I think it's tough. I think obviously you got to put Phil Jackson in there. I think Steve Kerr deserves to probably be in there. But so much of this is tough too, because obviously, if you're Phil Jackson, you played with Kobe. You had Kobe Bryant, Shaq, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen. It's going to be pretty easy to be in there. Whereas I feel like Rick Carlisle, he hasn't had those guys, which I think makes 2 championships in his situations pretty impressive. If they're able to pull it. I still think Oklahoma City is ultimately going to win the series. I still honestly
it's so funny. Indiana looks so strong tonight, but all it takes is an OKC win tonight. And doesn't it feel like they're right back in control?
100%, because then it goes back to Game 5 at home in OKC. They're going to be 11.
Two of them are in Oklahoma.
Yeah, 100%. They'll be 11 and a half point favorites again at home. They should win, and they're up 3-2 and just have to win one more.
So here's what I'm thinking: if OKC wins tonight, I don't think they'll be pushed out to 11.
You don't think so? They play what, 9?
Yeah, I think it'll be a little lower with the zigzag idea.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, it's been a fun series though, man. It really has. It's been interesting. It's that fourth quarter for OKC. They just, and sometimes, this is what I talked about with OKC earlier in the season. The experience matters a lot in these situations, man. They're kind of getting out coached late. The Pacers just look like the better team in every single fourth quarter. Even the game they won, Game 2, Oklahoma City. Indiana Pacers were the better team in the fourth quarter again, that's been their kryptonite. I think they got to get it figured out. I have some thoughts where I think OKC I think Shea needs to play, if not the entire fourth quarter. He can't do his normal 6-minute rest. You can't do it. Like he's a young guy. He's the MVP of the league.
But out of any team, OKC has when we were previewing the playoffs to start, we thought they had the best depth. Any team that should be able to sit their star, you would think it would be this Thunder team, or maybe the Celtics. I thought they had a lot of depth too. But
I agree. But the reality is you have guys like Chet and Jalen Williams that just haven't quite shown up as that number 2. Whereas like the Celtics, Jaylen Brown still was kind of able to hold his own. But at some point, man, you just can't blow these fourth quarter leads. At some point you have to win a fourth quarter. And I just think having SGA sitting out for another 6 to 7 minute start, you have 4 games left to win the NBA Finals, right? Like, you're young. He has enough energy. He's not going to get gassed. I would put him out there. We kind of saw the Nuggets did this with Joker. right? Like in that last, I think it was game 7. Normally he gets that rest at the start of the fourth quarter. He didn't get that rest, So like, I just think if you lose this game, you're down 3-1. We already know the odds of doing this, right? Unless they have two guys that can turn into LeBron James and Kyrie Irving, which I don't think Oklahoma City does, then
even at 3-1, I still think OKC's alive.
I mean, I think they're alive, but come on, the odds are right. We know the odds. It's not good. What 5% of teams have come back from 3-1 in any series.
Yeah, but if you resorted that and you had down 3-1, but you have home court, right? Because how many of those down 3-1s are the gentleman's sweeps?
Yeah,
right. We anticipated, right, where the team wins the first 3, they give up the game 4, and they go, you know what? Let's just go home and win it on our home court. But yeah. All right. So I see Tim in the chat. I don't know. This might be a little bit of recency, but obviously Rick Carlisle is the top coach in the NBA, and he's proven it right now. Tim thinks that Dejounte needs to let his best players play like more than 36 minutes. I don't think that's controversial. I mean, that's usually why we say depth doesn't matter in the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
You can get away with playing. I mean, they rest like a week between games. It feels like an NFL schedule right now, Jamie. It's unbelievable.
I know. There's a lot.
And
yeah, it's not. Go ahead.
I was going to say my main takeaway, and I'm kind of piggybacking off what you said with these fourth quarters, is the Pacers are like the Miami Heat with that conditioning, where it just feels like I'm like, how do I put this in my spreadsheet? How do I account for this? Because I'm obviously every single time it tells me the Thunders are going to blow them out when I run numbers. I'm obviously not accounting for something, and I think it's conditioning. Because I feel like my first half numbers are pretty freaking good. So I think you got to give the Pacers credit for being able to just execute this style. I mean, it just must be exhausting. These guys are throwing up shots in 7 seconds off a made basket. I mean, they push the pace. So that's something to look forward to tonight. So full disclosure, I haven't made a bet yet. I was thinking Oklahoma City first half, but they haven't been good first half this whole series or this whole NBA Finals even. Because they're laying these huge numbers in the first half. Let me pull it up. But talk to me about what you're on tonight, and then I'm going to pull up some of these first half numbers because I thought I would be hitting Oklahoma City first half, but trends definitely do not support that.
Yeah. Am I cutting out a little bit on your end, Spread?
A little bit, but it's good enough to where we can hear you. Even when you freeze up, I can still hear what you're saying. And now I can't,
okay.
So I just jinxed it.
Okay, sounds good. So I'm going to swap back on.
All right, jump out and then jump back in. All right, and while I look that up, so this is just playoff numbers, but Indiana has a 120.9 offensive rating at home in the playoffs. OKC has a minus 9.2 net rating on the road in the first half during the playoffs. What? That's crazy. A team that was plus 13 during the regular season is minus 9? Does that make any sense? I mean, that blows me away. This is why I can't play OKC first half. Indiana's plus 16.1. I mean, according to these lame net rating numbers, the line should be Indiana minus 20 something. Oh, wait, no. Indiana's plus 8.1 in the first half. OKC's total minus 4.8. So, yeah, I mean, that's why I just can't do the first half deal. And let's see if we can get Jamie back on. My guy, Right Cape, in the chat, make sure you're following him on Twitter. He just put out some free plays. I saw that. I didn't get a chance to watch it, but I favored it so I can see it when we're back. And he loves the Pacers tonight. Jamie, let's try this again.
Right. Yeah, sorry about that. So the reason I had the hard out, I had the internet company coming. Internet's been out of whack. So now I'm just on my phone with no internet. So we should be good.
That's cool. And we can even kill your camera if we just want to listen. and you want to take the internet off.
Okay, yeah, I'm off on the internet already on my phone, so it should be good as long as you can see me and hear me. Okay.
Yeah. So, okay.
Okay.
So I
Cool.
was just
Yeah,
basically
we're good.
saying OKC has not performed well in the first. I would think OKC first half's the way to go, just off my NBA playoff math, right? Team's down 2-1. Most likely they're going to win tonight, even the series headed back. So you think, oh, OKC first half, right? They got to come out gangbusters, but they have not performed good in the first half over the course of the playoffs. And Indiana's been really good. I also think 6 points is too much. I mean, just because Oklahoma City wins doesn't mean they're going to blow them out. Could they win by 4 or 5 easily? What are your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, so I lean OKC, but I'm actually going to take a different angle on this. So I like the Indiana under 110.5. So far in this postseason, OKC is 11-2 when opponents score less than 111 points. Indiana is 0-5 when they score less than 111 points. So it's just kind of a different angle at still being able to kind of back Oklahoma City without having to lay those 6 points. Because I'm like you, I still feel like this game could be close. I don't love taking that. I definitely don't want to lay the minus like 230 or 220, whatever it is on the money line for OKC here. So that's the angle that I'm taking is the Indiana under 110.5. I'm up to, so I do like SGA over 46.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Again, the thesis for that too is I feel like he's going to play a little bit more in the fourth quarter than he normally does. I feel like OKC is very much aware that they have to win this game. I don't think he's going to take his normal 6 to 7 minute break to start the fourth quarter. I could see maybe he comes out with 20, 30 seconds, maybe a minute left in the third. Maybe he sits out for a minute or two in the fourth, but gets back in there. So I think he's going to play a little extra minutes than normal tonight. I think he's going to be pretty aggressive. But I also like Halliburton over 2.5 turnovers as well. That's just kind of correlated with the under of the Indiana team total and me kind of liking OKC there. I think the pressure of OKC's defense has been a little much. He's actually had over 2.5 in all 3 of the games so far. So this is what I'm kind of leaning to right now. But as far as the side, I'm with you where I lean OKC, but I don't feel confident enough to back it. So I'm just going to roll with that Indiana team total under and kind of hope that this stays the course it has been all playoffs.
All right. Yeah. Let's see. I did lose the under in game 2. I was pretty pissed about that. Game 3 went under as well. So, we like to bet unders, and the bigger the game, the more likely we are to bet an under. It's tough to bet an under in an Indiana game, but that's what Jamie's going to do. Our guy Austin says SGA looking gassed. Indiana money line because Nembhard is giving SGA fits, right? And isn't that so funny? We went into the series and we were talking about how Lou Dort was such a tough matchup for Halliburton. But it turns out that the Indiana Pacers have been able to slow down their opponent's point guard as well. And I think that's been huge for this team. And I think one thing that I did not factor in was how important Pascal Siakam would be for this team. Would you say he's clearly been the 3rd best player on the floor during the series, or do you think I'm being a little hyperbole there?
I think that's fair to say that. I think it's definitely been close. He killed me last game because I had under 30.5 points, rebounds, and assists, which he got literally with 7 seconds left on that meaningless layup, which just absolutely killed my soul. But yeah, he's been good, man. He has a lot of experience too. He's a championship winner. So
he's got the most legitimate experience out of anybody that's playing
on both
right,
sides.
unless you want to count
Caruso,
James Johnson or something.
Caruso.
Yeah, but it's not the same, right? Because Caruso's championship.
Caruso's more of a role player.
There was no fans. And he wasn't nearly as important.
No, definitely. But way more of a role player, whereas Siakam's more of a I won't say star, but more of one of the, like you said, top 3, top 4 best players on the court.
Yeah. One problem with the play that you made, Oklahoma City's average. They've given up an average of 115.9 points on the road. Contrast that to they've only averaged giving up 100 points at home. So it's weird. You think the home court, we usually think it helps the 3-point shooters and the role players, but it's actually helping their defense a lot. So that's kind of a surprise when I'm jumping into this. Yeah, I mean, the more we think about it, it's Indy or pass. I might just do the same thing as last game and just bet first game, full game. I mean, +4 in the first half on a 6-point spread. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Especially when OKC's not been this like elite first half team.
Yeah.
Well, I know they won the first half in game 1.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like that. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say we have 4 minutes left. Wrap it up. Give me all your best thoughts for the game, and then I'll get us out of here.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun one, man. I'm hoping OKC can win. Let's get this 2-2, and then OKC probably wins Game 5, and then maybe Pacers win Game 6, and maybe get a classic Game 7. But can you imagine if it gets to Game 7, it'll probably end up being like a 20-point blowout or something, right? Just be devastating. But I would love to have a classic Game 7 with the Pacers, OKC, 2 small market teams. It's gonna be a fun game. I'm excited to see how it plays out. I'm with you though. I'm passing on the side of OKC. I just don't want to back that. I like Indiana under 110.5, SGA over 46.5, Halliburton over 2.5 turnovers.
All right, my guy Tom Wright Cape, seeing the same thing that I am, says Pacers are running everyone down in the fourth quarter. Yeah, it's conditioning. So props to them for being able to execute the style. He likes Nembhard overs tonight. He thinks he's going to get the good looks all night. Tim pointing out Siakam is the heart and soul of the Pacers. And I would agree. I think that Halliburton is the engine to their offense, but I think the Siakam is the real leader on that team, and that's because of his ability to get it done on both ends of the floor. Right? Hey, Tyrese, go get us a bucket, right? But Siakam's the leader running the show on defense, making sure everybody hits their assignments and gets held accountable. All right, Jamie, we got you out of here on time. You up for a show on Monday?
Yeah, man, that should work, and I'll have a new router. Internet will be good, so I won't be able to use my phone with no internet, like I'm in the woods right now or up at the mountains. So yeah, I'll be ready for Monday.
Yeah, get that internet going. We'll do an NBA rundown on Monday, and then I'm going to talk to you about you coming on and doing some best ball and some fantasy football over the summer. So thank you for joining me. Tyler took today off. He's getting ready for some football content right now that I'll be doing over on FanSpeak. But guys, this is nukethehouse.com. Make sure you subscribe. Give us the thumbs up. We'll be back on Monday. Enjoy the weekend. Nuke the house.